כל השונה הלכות בכל יום, מובטח לו שהוא בן העולם הבא. Welcome to the yeshiva of Shalom Bayit, where you send your husband to yeshiva to learn in the Beit Midrash, and you will have plenty of Shalom Bayit. Bezrat Hashem, today is the 16th of Mar Cheshvan. We are holding on Thursday, right before Parashat Shabbat, Parashat Ve'era. Today's mitzvot are sponsored by Elul Nishmat Yechezkel Netanel Ben Harav Avisha Halevi Shlita. Bezrat Hashem, לרפואה שלמה לכל עמו ישראל ובכללם לחיה בת. Anyone wants to sponsor, you could reach out. So the first mitzvah of the day is mitzvah number 79. We are prohibited to have a mercy on a poor person in judgment.
5 minutes.
And mitzvah number, we are prohibited from having mercy on a poor person just because he's a poor person in judgment. Okay? He doesn't win over the rich man just because he makes a claim, unless it's a valid claim. Mitzvah 80, so mitzvah peruk masa. Oh, by the way, mitzvah number 80 is I gave a drasha on it. This is the pinnacle of the whole creation. Hashem wanted us to learn 3 words, the most precious 3 words in the entire, and He created this whole kriya. He created all this Torah. He gave us 120, over 100. Today we know about 120,000 books, but there's probably plenty much more than that. And I teach that mitzvah number 88. It's not like Rabbi Akiva who says that there's a klal gadol b'Torah. There's a klal gadol, but mitzvah number 80 is the entire everything. Whatever you are, everything you are, Hashem is mamish. This is the message. If you're learning Torah, this is what you're supposed to learn, is that you're supposed to unburden your enemy's load. Thank you. You're supposed to unburden your enemy's load. You hear what's going on here?
Help your enemy.
Help your enemy. And maybe we'll have a few minutes in the end. We'll hit why I explained in my drasha that this is the pinnacle of creation. This is the mitzvah, and that's what Hashem wanted imparted. If anything Hashem wanted you to take, somebody asks you on one leg, tell me what Hashem wants from us. What does Hashem want from us? It's number 80. Mitzvah number 80, that's the essence of the whole creation. Okay, we'll get there. Mitzvah 79. Shelo lerachem al ani badin. We are prohibited shelo yimchol hadayan, shelo yachmol hadayan al hachalash v'hadal b'shat hadin. A judge is prohibited to have mercy. Not like in America. Let's see, this guy grew up in the hood. He didn't have a good life, so we have to have mercy on him. This is not American. This is justice over here. The Torah is all about justice. What's going on? How can you be this so frivolous and start judging people and be favoring people because they're from the rut? As shalom. Ela sheyadin dino le'amito. A judge is obligated to judge at each given case before him what is the truth. It is not his place to play God. Unfortunately, most judges in America play God. Let's He didn't really mean it. He didn't really. Let's have mercy on the guy. He didn't really mean to sell 10 kilos of drugs. He didn't really mean to kill all those kids. What is it, 100,000 kids now dying every year overdose? No, those druggies, come on, let's have mercy on them. Because they come from the hood. They had all the unprivileges. Therefore, we have to have mercy on them. God forbid. לא רצה חמלה עליו, אבל ישווה בין העשיר וידל, להכריחו לפרוע מה שהוא חייב. And by the way, in the olden days, when there came cases before courts, between Beit Din, like today, the Dayanim should recuse themselves in any matter if they have any pleasure from a rich man. I was standing in front of Beit Din. The Hatzalah decided to take me to a Beit Din, and it was a shame that the Beit Din even considered the case. It was a shame. Who doesn't have hana'ah from the Beit Din, from the Hatzalah, right? Even though the Beit Din, just by hearing the case, should have said to the Hatzalah, if you don't shut up, we will spread the rumors against you. It was a joke. I did a big favor, the biggest favor for Hatzalah, and unfortunately Hatzalah decided to take me to a Beis Din. and it was a joke. But the Beis Din was the joke over here was that the Beis Din could look at the Hatzalah and think they could be impartial, which is impossible. Anyway, Bezrat Hashem.
Because Hatzalah affected everyone.
Of course. What are you going to do? So what do you do with this kind of case? The Beis Din should have said, this case should be judged by whom? By a different country, where this Hatzalah has no effect.
Different.
What is the halacha? And Bezrat Hashem, whatever Hashem wants will be. But listen, this is not the world we live in, unfortunately. Shneimar, it says in the Pasuk, Chav Gimel, Pasuk Gimel, so the Dayan has to be totally impartial. Zero connection to this world. And in the olden days, they actually wore the same clothing. Everyone who came into Beit Din to judge in front of the court, they would dress them up the same clothing. A poor man would come in, will not come in with rags. And a rich man will not come with his furloughs. They will all be dressed in the same. Not that they have to come, they had not a dress code. They actually put on clothing when they came into the Beit Din. The Beit Din would dress them up. Just to chas v'shalom, the judges should not be influenced.
Wow.
By the way, just throw in, I just think that came into my mind. You know those cleaning ladies that come to your house with everything open. The best thing is, if you're hiring a cleaning lady, you buy a uniform. I know Rabbanim, that they have cleaning ladies in their house. Condition is, you're going to wear a uniform. Here's your uniform. Sanua, uncovered, chas v'shalom. You have young boys, you have a man, you yourself, a man. Just because she doesn't have, you think she doesn't have your taste, you never know. Improper motion couldn't chas v'shalom do averot. Therefore, it's advisable, even when the cleaning lady comes to your house, just as a side note, have a proper uniform for her. What is going to cost you? Another $70? Maybe even cheaper. Anyway, how much Torah is worth for you? Your soul is worth for you. Shneimar, it says also in the Vayikra, v'lo tisap nedal. The Torah tells you it's a prohibition. You're not allowed to favor a person who is downtrodden. V'lashon Sifra, it says over there in Kedoshim, shelo tomar ani who's come on, he's a poor person, he's from the hood, he didn't grow up with privileges. Ani v'ha'ashir chayavim lefarnaso. So the judge will say, what's the difference between me and anyway, the Torah tells us we are obligated to sustain the poor person, right? The rich man has to give tzedakah. I have to give tzedakah to the poor man. So maybe, let me just play a God over here. If I'm going to say, the judge might say, listen, I'm going to find him in his favor. $5,000, good. So at least he has parnasah to pay off his bills this month. Right? No, chas v'shalom. As we know, we understand, שהכל מעיד ושבת הדין שדבר ראוי וכשר הוא. Obviously, everyone understands what's the purpose of this mitzvah. Once you start going that route, there is no stop. And one day, you're going to say, this rich man is in charge of this whole town. He gives parnasah to 20,000 people. You kidding me? I can't go judge things against him now. What? He's going to fire 10,000 people. He's going to make 10,000 people poor. Once you have a heter, believe me, Eitzarara works very good. He knows very well, and you'll be over it. So you say, what's the big deal? No. The poor person, right? So I'm not affecting this poor person against Mitzvoth 79. I'll favor the rich man. But then in the end, you'll say, what we will say, that's what we said just now. If I'm going to unfavor this rich man, I'm really harming the poor person. I'm really harming the poor. Why? Because unlike the fallacy of America, the broadcasters and the media and the politicians, let's tax the rich. Let's divide the wealth, right? Let's share the wealth. Let's tax the rich. The most foolish thing in the world. Because when you tax the rich,
they close the factories.
They don't close nothing. They charge the poor more.
Yeah.
They increase the poor man gets paid more. The most foolish arguments in America is like, the rich man, they're going to pay. Right. Rich man going to pay for anything. I had a guy, the one who taught me how to do construction. I used to have a construction company on the side. So, big tzaddik. It was a Iraqi person, very nice. Yaron ben Nishai was a big tzaddik. So he tells me one time, Avram, you have to know the rule in construction. What is the rule? He says, I come in once to, he says, I'm doing a house. He used to do $1 million, $2 million homes, private, but Mick was inside. Mabish, this is what his job, in Flatbush. So he tells me, he's drinking a coffee, the owner of the house comes in, okay, very nice, and they start discussing about something, who's paying what, where and how. So my friend, Yaron, tells him, see this coffee? He says, yeah, you paying for this coffee also. You're paying for everything, yeah. You have to know. That's what it is. Rich man, what do you mean you're paying? Well, no, we're going to charge the taxes. Every company, let's charge the taxes company. The most, you have to be, not amaret, you have to be, something is wrong with you. Oh, wow, we were successful. Amazon is going to pay $10 billion of taxes. Yeah? Well, how? But they forget to tell you, by the way, the $10 billion is going to come from your pocket. Amazon's not paying anything. Guaranteed. Amazon will pay a penny in taxes. It's all going to be the poor man. So this judge might make a cheshbon. He's going to make a cheshbon. If I'm going to unfavor the rich man. In the end, I'm harming the poor. He doesn't even. I'll calculate. ועובר עליה והיטה הדין להמלותו על הדל עבר על מצוות המלך ואין בה מלכות שאין בה מעשה. However, a person who transgresses the Savira, a judge, who says, listen, okay, I'm going to favor the poor person. Or, like we said, all these kids translated to us, we are judges every day. You don't think so? You are a judge. In your family, between your children, you always judge. Between your children and your wife, and you always take what? Whose position? The young one is always right. Remember that? The young one is always right. Huh? Or somebody said yesterday, where is he? The women are always right. The girls. You wanted to be on the radio, on the video, make sure that these children hear it. The woman is always right. Chas shalom. Whoever the judgment is with, that's what you judge. It's one thing that's kedai to point out. I know I'm going to get flack out of it, but I told my rabbi also, in his generation, man was always wrong. In this generation, I see who the person is wrong, and then I hit him over the head. Problem with a lot of rabbis on Shalom Bayis, they destroy more than they create. They come in, the first thing, the man is at fault. Hello? Where are you coming from? Hear out the story, figure out what, I don't know how, if there is. Right? But today I would say most of the time it's the other side wrong. The ladies are wrong, because the ladies they've been exposed to, unfortunately, a lot of different understandings of life, romantic, right? Like I said, the worst thing is the man could come learn Torah, but the wife says, no, show me that you love me, go buy me milk from the store. If I order from Amazon, it's going to come in an hour, right? Or whatever it is, something like go order, no, show me that you love me, show me that you love me, but I have to go to learn Torah. I could order it for you 2 hours of delivery here. No, show me that you love me, stop everything, you have to go and drive. I love it. My wife used to do this to me all the time. Do me a favor, what do you want from me? I could get you delivery. Why should I take a risk? Go to the store, drive to the mall, drive to the, press a button, I pay $3 extra, get a delivery. No, I want you to go to show me that you love me. What is the little Torah?
Milk is nothing. They want the rings.
It has to do with love.
No, that's love. You'll have to show affection. That's not the point. The point is the Chacham has to hear out the story, and not right away. The men are always at fault. I don't. This is
should love you.
Everybody. That's right. Oh, that's another story. Mitzvah 80. Don't get me started there. Don't get me started. That's right. Let's go. Baruch. Mitzvah 80.
She means flour. I think it's milk.
Okay, maybe. Oh, that's another story. I tell my wife, anything you tell me, anything you want me to buy, please send the text. If I'm on the way, I can get it for you. But don't tell me on the phone, whatever. Okay, mitzvah 80. Mitzvah piruk masa. So again, as I said, it's a beautiful mitzvah over here, that we are obligated to take off the yoke from your friend. Let's see. Le'aser masa me'ala behema shiyagia b'masa b'derech. So you have, the Torah tells you, shenimar, it says over there that you are obligated to take off the yoke from an animal. You hear what's going on here? We're talking about an animal for another thing. Besides, this is even make it more. You see that the care that the person has to give. You're talking about your friend's animal. It says in Pasuk, the Torah tells you, right? You will see a donkey laden with a lot of load. Of what? Of your enemy. The Rashi over there explains what the enemy is. The enemy is that he is over isur. He is over. Is the only way you could have an enemy, right? How can I have an enemy? The Torah says, don't hate anybody. Not more than that. The Torah has a prohibition, and the Torah you're not allowed to hate a Jew. So what's going on over here? We're talking about a Jew who is willful transgressor. He is a mu'mad. He likes to eat this halal meat in the downtown. Most of the downtowns, they have this halal stands. And he says there's a big line for falafel or whatever it is, a big line, and falafel is not so delicious. The halal stand is, they don't have chazir, I'll eat it. Right? He likes it, the mu'mad. So such a person, you tell him, hello, do tshuva, what are you doing? No, I like it. It's not a big deal. My kitchen is kosher. Many people, my kitchen is kosher. So the rabbi says to the guy who tells him the kitchen is kosher, he says, your kitchen will go to Gan Eden.
But not you.
Your kitchen will go to Gan Eden because your kitchen is kosher.
He's eating outside, the kitchen is kosher.
Right. Kitchen is kosher. So he
A
says,
lot of people have in the house they eat kasher, but outside not.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu haolam she'akol nהיה b'doro. So the kitchen is kosher. The rabbi tells me your kitchen will go to Gan Eden. Okay. So he says like this. So this person who is your enemy, who is willful transgressor of the Torah, you are obligated to help him. Aye. והנושא זה, והשונא זה פירושו ישראל, וכפי שכתוב, לא תשנא את אחיך ברכך, דהיינו ישראל אמרו חכמים, שהעניין זה הוא כגון שראהו עובר עבירה ביחיד והתראה בו ולא חזר, שזה מותר רצונתו. So you have a Jew where you approached him. Again, this is another very delicate topic. What does that mean you approached him? How did you approach him? You saw a Jew do a sin and you told him not to do the sin. What does that mean? The Chafetz Chaim is very particular about it. How do you approach a Jew? Oh, if you learn today many books that I am totally against, they call, I don't want to say it, but heritage foundations, they think they're teaching Chafetz Chaim. They're not. They're fakers. They're actually destroying Chafetz Chaim's Torah. The Chafetz Chaim's Torah is beautiful if you learn it properly, and it tells you clearly the only time you could give musar if you know the other person knows that you love him. There is no way around it. And if you learn these heritage books, Nachman al-Islam, you are a murderer with the silk gloves, because that's what they teach you. Put on a silk glove and gently tell a Jew to do tshuva and do this, and you could publicly announce it gently because you're actually saving the whole world. Because if you don't tell the world what this person is doing evil, the world is going to tomorrow collapse. And this is the foundation. Rahman al-Islam. Chafetz Chaim says clearly the only time you could approach a person to do teshuvah if he knows that you love him. Not that you say, I love every Jew. Stop faking. You don't love anybody. You're mamash a faker, the most despicable person. Yeah, I love every Jew. Love every Jew. You know what love is? I'll give you an example. A guy is sitting in a shul, and Moshe approached him. Not Moshe Cohen. So Moshe says to David, Makara, David, I saw today you did not stand up by he came to pick on him. Why didn't he stand up by Varech David? Halakha says you should get up. So David turns to him and he says, Moshe, I appreciate the question, but I don't appreciate your mood. What do you mean? He says, I'm davening here for 10 years. Do you even know that I'm not married yet? Never asked me if I'm married. Did you even know what I work? Do I have parnasa? You didn't ask me. Do I have, did I eat last night? Do I have, after davening, do I have breakfast? This you didn't ask me. And you concern yourself. You're not asking me that I'm married. Shidduch, you don't help me. Nothing. And now you're coming to me and you're telling me why didn't I get up by Varach? Just a lesson to learn from this. Who are you? Or this is the worst part I hate. When there's a Tanit coming, the new phenomena. Oh, mister, yeah. Have a meaningful fast. Meaningful fast? Is a reshut. What does that mean, meaningful fast? Giving me a musar already? You don't even know me. Do you know I have a fast? Do you know I have an obligation to fast? Where is the hargashot, the feelings for another person? Meaningful fast. I get so annoyed for it. Irritated. How dare you? How dare you give me musar? Why don't you ask me, can I do fast? Are you going to be okay during the fast? Are you okay? Did you eat before the fast? You have enough food to eat before the fast? Everything is good? The first thing is, yeah, how you doing, Jack? Yeah, do me a favor. Tomorrow is the Tanit coming. Yeah, have a meaningful fast. Get out of here. There's zero feelings for others. But Musar, we're number one. The way we talk, we don't even pay attention. And people get upset when I don't answer. What's the meaningful fast? Get out of here. You didn't say thank you. I should say thank you? You're giving me Musar? Who do you think you are? Rabbi, you don't love Musar? Do me a favor. This is not talking about Musar. We're talking about over here, no love, no feelings for others. And this is the mitzvah number 80. We're talking about a person who is against Torah, and you love him, and you show him that you love him, and you really love him, and you give him Musar and he doesn't listen. Now there's a mitzvah to hate him for this Avirah. And really, the Baalei Musar will tell you, you're not really hating him, you're hating his action towards that Avirah, and you let him know about it, and then B'ezrat Hashem, he will become better. Only then, we're talking about, even then, you have an obligation to unburden his load. And this is what I teach. That's what I say. If Hashem created this whole world just for this mitzvah, this was the Ikar. If you're going to take a look, why is this the Ikar? Imagine yourself, you have Kodesh Kodoshim, the most holiest pinnacle, holiest of the world. You have all the world. You have Kodesh Kodoshim Bet HaMikdash. Tito Sarasha, he goes to the street and he finds two harlots, Jewish girls. Harlots, not Jewish girls that he decided to rape. Meaning that was their profession. The Torah says you should not have harlots, and these two Jewish girls went against Hashem, and they're doing Avirah, which is billion times worse. He takes those two harlots, goes to the Kodesh Kodoshim, to the holiest of holiest, and he makes the act. And what does Hashem do? Hashem wants to make sure that he fully enjoys the act to the fullest extent. Why? Because it says in the Torah, Azov ta'azov imo. It says in the Torah, Titus has right now a desire to be with this woman, even though his desire is to show that Hashem is not powerful, but that's his desire. But he'll get punished for it, and he did. Don't get me wrong. You will get punished for every bad action you do in this world. But Hashem is here to help you. And he's there to make sure that Titus had the biggest pleasure in the world, and Hashem made sure he does it. Because the Torah says this thing. Can you imagine to get to such a level? That your parents, your children, your wife, your partners, everybody harms you. And you're in a level that says everything will be good. And you don't take revenge. This is what Hashem wants. Mitzvah number 8. Remember it. B'ezrat Hashem. Now, this mitzvah that you have to help your friend. So if a Jew, you see a person in a hardship and you don't help him, while you could help him, he's breaking the mitzvah haseh. This is the achzariyut. This is a wicked behavior of barbarism, that you don't care for another Jew. He's rasha, he doesn't listen to us, he does averot. That's not your business. Again, one more time. Somebody called me up, a lady got upset with me. She says to me, Rabbi, you telling me I could walk around naked in the street, and as long as I push my husband to learn Torah, and as long as I have my children to learn in the yeshivas, I'm going to go to Gan Eden? I said to her, yes, you do. 100% you'll go to Gan Eden. So that fact, because that's the only way to get it, that's your ticket to Gan Eden, send your husband to learn, right? But you're still going to be punished for the Avirah you did. That you'll get cleaned up for us. But you have to understand, the ticket is encouraging your man to learning Torah. If somebody who doesn't have mercy on others, Hashem will not have mercy on him. Because he's showing to Hashem, I'm not befitting to have mercy from you. Please tell your wives, thank you for assisting us so we could learn in the morning. And it will be even more pleasurable to see all of you guys here tonight, 7:45 every night. We're learning about Chesed. And there's children tonight. Service 8 o'clock. Yeah, B'ezrat Hashem.